Welcome to my channel. I'm Carissa. I'm a certified EFT practitioner and a mindset coach. I specialize in trauma-informed coaching and especially childhood trauma or those who are recovering from abuse. So if you've ever wondered what EFT is, this is the video for you. Or if you've ever struggled with how to explain it to someone. Because, yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little hard to explain to somebody. But basically, it's quite simple. Often EFT is called tapping. And it's called tapping because we're tapping on different acupressure points. And this sends calming signals to our brain. As we're tapping, we'll focus on something that is a stressor, that creates a stress response in your survival brain, the amygdala. And as we're sending those calming signals, we're bringing control back to the prefrontal cortex, or your thinking brain. This is so helpful if you have survived any sort of trauma, whether it's something that you consider smaller, like a car accident or unpleasant experiences with family or people in school, or if it's something bigger. Because to the brain, trauma is trauma. And it dysregulates the nervous system. When we're tapping, we're regulating the nervous system. And it's pretty cool because we're combining modern psychology and ancient acupressure practices. So we're getting the best of both worlds. It's also very user-friendly. And if you're a beginner, don't worry about it. You can just jump right in and follow along. It's as easy as it looks, but the effects are very powerful. There's a lot of information on the history of EFT and the science behind it, a lot of studies that have been done. It's even a technique that's used with war veterans who have PTSD. I'm not going to get into all of that today because this is just kind of a beginner guide, a little intro to get you started. And that's what I want. I want for you to get started so that you can see the benefits and the effects and see how wonderful it is in your healing process as part of one of your tools in coping, in healing, in your daily life. It's something that I use all the time, and it's made a huge difference in my own healing journey. So I'm going to show you the different points, and you can follow along if you want to. What we do is we start with a particular feeling that we're experiencing, and we start with our karate chop point. There are more points than what I'm showing today, but this is the easiest way to tap, especially when I'm recording video, and this will be perfectly functional for you. If there are other points you want to include, that's okay too. Something that I want to touch on, and you can be tapping right now, it'll start calming you down. We don't tap to just get rid of uncomfortable emotions. That's not the point. We never want to just be trying to shut up these feelings that we're experiencing in our mind. They're messengers. They're there for a reason. So this is to accept them and to also put ourselves back in the driver's seat, because that's really where the issue comes in. It's not the feelings themselves. It's not even the discomfort we might feel from them. It's the fact that we're no longer in full control. We're not making decisions that are congruent with who we are because we're in that survival part of our brain, not in the thinking part of our brain. So we always start at the karate chop point, and we start with that emotion that we're experiencing. And a very common one could be anger. So let's use anger. Even though I'm so angry right now, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And then we move to the next point. As you're going through, if you want to explore these points a little bit, you'll notice that there are little divots. You can actually feel where the points are. And I encourage you to explore them before you go into tapping for healing purposes, because you'll be more comfortable with finding those points on yourself. Now, I personally like to tap both sides, but you can choose one or the other. One might feel right for you, one might feel more comfortable, and sometimes it changes depending on the topic. I know that's been the case for me. So I'm going to show both sides because that's my preference. But here's your first point. And we would say, if we're dealing with anger, I'm so angry right now. I'm so angry right now. All of this anger welling up inside of me. All of this anger. It feels like too much to bear. These points are very easy to spot. Now we're going to move on to the clavicle point. You'll feel a little divot on each side, right before the very end of your collarbone. That's the point that you want to get. So you can actually reach it with one hand, but if you're more comfortable, you can do both. I like to use my fingers like this, kind of in a soft fist, but you can also do it this way, whatever feels best for you. And then we have under the arm, which is kind of middle of your rib cage. You won't feel a divot on this one, but you'll be able to feel when it's right. You can trust yourself on this. And so you'll tap there. And then our final point is the crown. I like to use my whole hand to make sure I'm getting the right point, but you can feel around and find that spot. And that's the point. That's right where you want to be. So we would continue through with that negative emotion through one or several rounds of tapping on those points. And then we would move into the positive emotion that you want to experience. And that's really where the magic happens, if you want to call it that, because we're no longer feeling like we're stuck in something that we didn't choose. Not that that feeling was wrong. It's a messenger and it was there for a purpose. But when it's so strong and it's screaming at you, we can't make good productive decisions. And the point is to honor that message by taking action. So once we calm ourselves, once we calm our nervous system down through tapping, then we can take appropriate action to actually honor what we've been feeling. Not to ignore it, stuff it down, or override it, but to make the change that's necessary. And that's really important because if we're just using this as one more way to suppress our own feelings and that voice inside of us, that's just going to re-traumatize us. So that's the point of this tool. And I hope that that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments or you can reach out to me directly. It's so... I have a full house today, so if you hear anything in the background, there's a lot of happiness going on. But it's such an honor for me to work with people on their healing journey and to see the transformations that happen in their lives because of the actions they're able to take once they're better regulated. This is something that you can use every day, multiple times a day, and you can even start your day off that way. Get that nervous system regulated, and you'll see that you can make better choices throughout the day and throughout your life. It's such a wonderful feeling to have that freedom, and that's why EFT is called Emotional Freedom Technique, because you do start experiencing freedom and you have control back, power back in your life. So I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that you give tapping a try, and I will see you soon.